We often don't realize that we think that we figure things out really quickly because we all know somebody, for example, who can figure out like a math problem really quickly. And then when we can't do it, we think either A, we're kind of stupid, or B, maybe math is just not for me. But there's actually some people are just slower in putting things together. Their mind is making connections in the background, but this can mean that they actually are learning the information more deeply. Friedrich Hayek, the Nobel Prize winner, said he was a terribly slow learner. And be embarrassed when he was studying economics with his friends who were like, pooh, they could just get it all instantly. But the fact that he was so slow is why he felt that he won the Nobel Prize, because his slow way of figuring things out meant that, where his friends would just jump right over something and assume it's true. He could not do that. And he would struggle. And that's where he would find that there'd been mistakes in some of the previous ways of looking at things. And that's, of course, how he won the Nobel Prize.
Well, and that's a great distinction because you distinguish those two types of brains. One has a race car brain, higher mental capacity, greater working memory. And then that's distinguished or contrasted against the hiker brain, which has it's a slower brain, like you just mentioned, that has slower processing speeds, a smaller working memory capacity.
So like I have a very small working memory capacity. People will ask me sometimes when I'm giving a presentation, they'll go, I have 3 questions for you. And I'm like, okay, just one at a time, because that's what I can hold in mind and work with. But also, we all have differing baths of neurochemicals. Some people have sort of a neural bath that helps them hold those dendritic spines, which are connecting neurons together, and that's at the heart of our ability to remember. Some of them have a neural bath that fixes those spines in place really well, and they have a superb memory. They don't forget things. I wish I had that kind of memory, but again, there's a disadvantage with that kind of memory. It also means you're less flexible in your thinking. And indeed, there is evidence that really smart individuals can tend to jump to conclusions, and when they're wrong, they just can't change their minds.
That's an important distinction and an advantage of having that hiker brain, so that people can realize that even if they don't have the genetic gifts of some, it doesn't mean they can't learn or be effective or be successful in their career, which you have some great examples in your books of slow thinkers that did some amazing things.